Welcome back. There is agitation in the world of conservative blogs. Beneath the headline, "Life is Really Not Fair," RedState.com recently announced it was banning bloggers from posting Ron Paul-related comments. The site's brands Ron Paul posters as, quote, "a bunch of liberals pretending to be Republicans." Others say the internet is the perfect place for Ron Paul, and you can't stop him. Who's right? Back again, LA Times columnist Rosa Brooks and the Washington Post Ann Kornbluth. Here's part of the statement put out by RedState.com. I want to put it up. It says a lot about a lot, I think. Effective immediately, new users may not shill for Ron Paul in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Not in comments, not in diaries, nada. If your account is less than 6 months old, you can talk about something else. You can participate in the other threads and be your zany libertarian self all you want. But you cannot pimp Ron Paul. Those with accounts more than 6 months old may proceed as normal. This is a measure. I don't need to tell both of you who write in public and have public email addresses. Ron Paul is a big deal online, no?
Yeah, I'm hearing from his supporters in my email account.
Can you stop Ron Paul?
This is the reason that you're even putting him on the show, is to spike your ratings, because we know that every time we write about him, the hits to our website. No, it's not a joke. I mean, it's amazing that every time we write about him, the hits to the Washington Post website go up. They're very activist. They've raised him money, and it's sort of amazing to me that, given the real measure, I mean, I think if you measure the money alone, this isn't just a phenomenon. It's not 6 cranks sitting at home writing about Ron Paul. There are real people who really like him, like it or not.
There are 6,000 cranks sitting home writing about Ron Paul.
No, but you know, actually, it actually is heartwarming. And I'm not a Ron Paul supporter, but it's a kind of an American phenomenon, and I don't mean that it's an American phenomenon that there are crazy people out there, although that's also an American phenomenon, because I don't think all of his supporters are crazy, but I think he's tapping into something that, thank God, is still there in America, which is a lot of distaste for the kind of cookie-cutter stuff of the major parties, a lot of desire to have a candidate who just says whatever the heck he thinks, you know, and Ron Paul does that, you know, and he is a genuine phenomenon.
But who thought there would be...
not a media creation, and thank God that Ron Paul is out there, even though I don't agree with him on much of what he says.
But who does agree with him? Okay, consider something. Here's a guy who's against legal abortion, just a gay, he's going to ban abortion. Right. Very pro-marijuana, Ron Paul, okay? Doesn't believe the IRS ought to exist, and is for the gold standard. So just take those 4 among 4,000 positions he's taken in his public life.
Look, I know.
Who's at the intersection of all those? Like, who agrees with all those?
Have you ever been to New Hampshire? This is sort of like rural New Hampshire or rural New England.
Well, I sort of agree. I'm not sure with the gold standard, but I'm on for the rest of it.
Ron Paul actually knows something that the other candidates probably deep down in their little shriveled hearts know, but are scared to let themselves feel, which is that, you know, people will vote for you even if they don't agree with you on everything, if they feel like you're a guy or a gal who's got a conscience, who's got some integrity, who's got some intelligence, who calls it like you see it, who thinks for yourself, you know, who's not just a creation of a bunch of consultants.
I agree. Well, listen,
and he's that, you know. I'm sure that there's nobody out there who agrees with him on everything, even in New Hampshire.
No, I don't agree with him on everything. I will say I agree with him on most things. But
which piece of that do you agree and not agree with him on?
I'm not for the gold standard. I think Iran probably is trying to get a bomb, and that's a problem. I don't think it's all a neocon plot to take over America. But I'm with him on the IRS. I'm probably with him on abortion. I'm with him on marijuana. I'm kind of there on the Ron Paul side. He's going up with TV commercials. Rudy Giuliani hasn't gone up with TV commercials. He's got $5.4 million on hand.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Is he going to have any effect in any specific state? Can you tell me quickly?
I think certainly he'll have an effect on the debate in places like Iowa and New Hampshire. Now, whether he changes the outcome, I can't say for sure. But I will say it's worth noting he's been more effective than on the Democratic side of Mike Gravel, who you could argue is equally wacky and inconsistent. He's not had the same kind of groundswell that Ron Paul has. So it shows, I think, a real craving on the Republican side for somebody who seems like they're being authentic.
I would say Mike Gravel, much as I love him, I think he actually probably is deranged. I think Ron Paul's just flamboyant and eccentric. And there is a distinction. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
As we prove every day. Well, the continent of Africa